I'm Michelle with Corner Curve Quilts. Thank you for joining me for the first clue of the 2025 Mystery Quilt-Along Maria. This week we make the triangle in a square unit, and I have 3 ways that I am going to show you how to cut them out. The first one is with the background, your paper template, and your strip. You'll lay your strip out, and you can lay it out right side up like this, and lay your template on top. Take your ruler, lay it on top, and go ahead and cut. Make a quick cut like that, and on the other side, and you should have a couple little bevels that you'll need to also trim off. And go ahead and trim those corners off. And on the other side here, and there we have one triangle. Now the second way I'm going to show you how to trim is with my 2x4 or 4x2 acrylic template, and you will make the cut by folding, and then on the solid line with your ruler so that you can read it, you're going to lay the ruler down so that you are taking away that 1/4 inch seam allowance. And laying it up, and I'm going to make one cut and cut it right here, and there is another triangle. The third way is, if you participated in my last mystery quilt, Amber, in 2023, I recommended the Creative Grids 2 Peaks in 1 ruler. For that one, you'll use your triangle at the top. You'll just place it on your strip that you've cut and go ahead and make a cut. And there you have another triangle. 3 ways to make the center triangle for our triangle in a square. Our next step is to go ahead and cut our wings. We need a left and a right wing. My directions say to have your fabric right side up. I'm going to use fabric that's colored here so you can see that I am right side up. And I'm just going to take it out like so. I'm going to lay my ruler or my paper template down on there. I'm going to lay my ruler on top and trim. Spin this around. I'm going to have to line that up again. I'll go ahead and line that up. Line my ruler up on top again and make the cut. And I can go ahead and make the little beveled cut too. The little bevel cuts are those little dog ears that if you don't cut off, then you'll have little pointies that you'll have to trim off later on. And line this back up. And make that other little trim. Yes, it does create a lot of little pieces. So this goes right there. Now to get the other side, you'll put your fabric right side down, and we'll have to cut this one. We're going to move over so we can get a couple of them out of there. With your fabric right side down, you make 2 cuts again. there and over here. And I'm just going to trim this little piece off. And there we have the other side. I can also use my creative grid, or not my creative grids, my corner curve quilts 4x2 half rectangle for making the same cut. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up on my strip, and I'm going to go ahead and cut, and I'm going to trim that little piece off right there. And then I have one that's ready to sew, right like so. And then to get the other side, again, fabric is right side down. I still want to be able to read what this says, so I need to keep that right side up. And I'm going to lay this down, make my cut. And trim this. Nice thing about this acrylic ruler is that I'm not trimming off my paper. And we got one right here. And I think I had my ruler upside down last time. And that way it made the wrong side. So let's get this cut going the right way. And so we have that unit there. Like so. The nice thing about my ruler is I can also use a 2.5 inch strip. And so with my strip fabric right side up, my words right side up, I can lay this on my 2.5 inch strip, just like so. And I can cut. So if you have a jelly roll, be a great way to use up a bunch of those jelly roll fabrics. Again, spin this around, and I'm spinning it this way. I'm not flipping my ruler over. I'm going to slide it down, trim here, trim the little dog ears off. Just like so. And that's all the waste I have for my 2.5 inch strip. And I've got another one of those cut because I cut with the fabric right side up to get the other direction. I'll flip it over so my right side is down. I'm going to make sure I can still read my ruler. So it's right side up. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to make a cut. And trim off my point, flip it over, and lay it there. Now, if you're making this all with the same fabrics, then you'll have a lot of cutting of the same fabric. If you're making it scrappy, then grab several different fabrics, and if you flip it over, you've got the other side there. Now, again, I said you could also use the 2 peaks in 1. This time you'd use this end, and let's go back to our colored fabric here, and with this laying out, I can lay this on here like so, and I can make 2 cuts. And again, to get the left and the right, I will have to flip my fabric over. So I've got one here, Then I flip this over, and should have made two so I could have utilized that, but that's okay. I'm gonna line this up, make a cut, make the beveled cut, flip this over, and trim it just like so. And that, I know this week we have a lot to make, so go ahead and get started. If you need to break it down a few a day, that would work too. And make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for this free content. And until next time, let's go sew.